spite of the fact that COVID luckily already is somewhat behind us, I still think what you can feel here is the vibe that everybody is extremely happy to meet again. We've seen people from all over the world visiting our booth here at ITMA 23, and it's not just us being very happy, it's also the customers being very happy. I mean, physical meetings have an added value. So therefore we've been very happy to already close quite some interesting deals during this ITMA, which I think might not have taken place if everything would have been virtual. So yes, we're absolutely extremely happy with the setup and the fact that we can meet all our relations and customers again in the textile business. We've been in this business for decades. We are the inventors of the rotary screen printing. Also, we have a large chunk of the market in digital printing, both with capital expenditure machinery and with consumables. And we have focused our innovations on both. Both for rotary screen printing and for the digital printing, we will show innovations here. I'll give you one example for rotary screen printing, where we introduce new meshes, so new ways to actually put the screens together, which saves roughly 22% of paste because the coverage of the fabric is much better if you use these newly innovative screens. New innovation we're showing here is the Archer Plus Pro technology, which is a digital printing technology. And basically what it does is that if there's a lot of print heads in a Magnolia, 48 print heads, and these print heads and all of their nozzles sometimes have deviations. What this innovation does, it scans the printed fabric, and when it sees a deviation to what the design actually should show, it corrects that with the neighboring nozzle. So the neighboring nozzle then corrects potential lines or openings in the printed fabric, which of course saves a lot of energy and ink. This year we have deliberately chosen for a sustainable approach of designing the booth. If you have a look around, what you can see is that we have chosen not to show running machines. When you look around, I mean, at the end of every exhibition day, a lot of fabric is being carried out there to be thrown away. We didn't want to participate in that because you can't reuse that textile which is being printed here because post-treatment hasn't happened. So we didn't want to do that. So therefore we do show machines, but we don't show running machines. Same is true for the rest of the design of the booth. Everything is reusable. It's basic wood which we can reuse. The curtain will be reused for other exhibitions. So that is a deliberate choice and approach this time. I just described the innovation already we're showing with regards to the paste reduction. Other innovations which we show here are the Orta screens, which have a design of the mesh in such a way that a very fine print is possible.
We launched ROSE half a year ago, and it's using the newest technology from Epson, the Precision Core Epson. And that stands out for extreme reliability, but also the configuration we made in a way that we have symmetrical CMYK. So that means you can print almost all your designs in bi-directional mode. And that means that per hour you can print a lot more than you could do in the past. So printing 400 linear meters per hour is not an exception with ROSE. So that means that you can do up to 8,000 meters a day, or if you print 300 days, it means 2.5 million meters a year. And that for a very attractive price point. And after printing, you only need to sublimate, put the paper and the fabric through a calendar, and you're done. So you can even put it in your garage if you want. If you calculate the cost per meter over 5 years, then Magnolia is the cheapest option you can find. And the most important reason for that is the fact that it uses 20% less ink than any other digital printer for the same design. And the reason is that that specific printhead that we are using, Fujifilm Samba, is requiring certain properties on the ink which allow us to put much more colorant in 1 kilo of ink than any other printhead can allow. And that means that you need less kilos of ink to print the same design. And that in the end translates in a lower cost per meter. The investment level may be higher because of the technology, the true 1200 dpi, in combination with the R2+ technology that controls the precise positioning of each droplet, making it possible to print all your designs in bidirectional way. And then in combination with the low ink consumption, gives you the lowest cost per meter if you calculate it out as total cost of ownership. That's a good question, because everybody is very busy with that, of course. And we contribute in a lot of ways. It's on how many energy that the machines are consuming, but also we see a trend going on towards pigment inks. And the good advantage of pigment inks is that you don't need to steam and wash them. So you print, you cure them, and you're done. So we want to stand out by not only selling the products to the customer, but we also advise them what is the right temperature. But if they print reactives, what is the best pre-treatment for those specific fabrics? How should I steam? How should I wash? So by giving consultancy over the whole workflow, like we show also on that wall there, it's not only printing. We are not only selling printers and inks, no, we're selling also textile know-how, and we help our customers to optimize their workflow, to reduce their consumption of energy, because in the end, that means that their cost is under control, that means they print more, and they use more of our products. And of course, that is what we want, because we want to be a solution provider for the textile industry. I was explaining earlier today also to a customer, this is the 4th wave that I see in digital for pigments. And the first 2, there was always the challenge, the technical challenge, to make it reliable, because pigments stick to everything, so also to printheads. So they were clogging printheads. Then in the second technology challenge was the deepness of the color, the vividness of the color. That was solved in the second one. Then the third one was that it was too expensive compared to reactive, where the conventional textile world knows that pigment is a very cost-efficient solution. But in digital it was very expensive. But now we are in the 4th wave, and the 4th wave I think is here to stay, because now the sustainability point becomes very attractive. Obviously, because of the volume, also the price went down, but the sustainability argument, not having to steam and wash, is the biggest reason why we are convinced that pigments now are here to stay. And they will not kill the reactive business in the foreseeable future, because reactive is really firm and present in the market. But we do see that pigment is growing, and the share of pigment in the total digital printing currently is still only 5%, but the expectation is that within 2 years it will be 10% or maybe even more than that. So it is the future of digital textile printing, for sure.